Ramula, you're still muted.
All right. Good morning, everybody. Court will begin with the April 25th, 2022 docket, and we're on YouTube. And I think we're here on number one. That's a friendly suit, CL 20-0269D, Enrique Flores, Marta Arambula versus City of Alamo and Juan Manuel Vasquez. I see Mr. Rorick, I see Mr. Youngs, Mr. Zabarte, and I think Marta Arambula will be the witness.
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Arambula, you still have your microphone on mute. You're going to have to take, oh, there we go.
I think she took it out already. Good morning. Can you hear me, Ms. Arambula?
Yes, sir.
Good morning, ma'am. All right, we're going to get started here on this case. Please raise your right hand. You swear the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
You may put your hand down, and let me see here. Who's going to get it started here?
I'll start, Your Honor.
Okay, Mrs. Barte. Yes, sir. You may proceed.
Mr. Arambula, could you please state your full name for the record?
Marta Ileana Arambula.
And my understanding is that you're the natural mother of the minor Haley Serna. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And I understand that the reason why we're here today is for you to settle the claims for your daughter as a result of an accident which occurred on April 17, 2019 at the intersection of Ridge Road and Cesar Chavez in San Juan. Is that right?
Yes.
And you've sued the city of Alamo regarding this lawsuit, alleging that its workers caused the accident. You
Yes.
understand that? Yes.
Mhm.
And you've hired an attorney by the name of David Rorick to represent you and your daughter's interests in the claims against the city of Alamo. Is that right?
Yes.
And he's done so thus far. Isn't that right?
Yes.
And you're satisfied with his services in representing you and your daughter. Is that right?
Yes.
You also understand that the court, in an abundance of precaution, also appointed Mr. Young, another attorney, to represent your daughter's interests in the settlement, right?
Yes. Yes.
And after discussion with the attorneys, you still want to enter into the settlement with the city of Alamo. Is that right?
Yes.
You understand that my understanding is that you've had an opportunity to review the release in this case. Is that right?
Yes.
And you in fact have signed the release. Is that right?
Yes.
And you've also reviewed the final judgment, right?
Yes.
And you're telling the court that you've discussed these things with your attorney and you agree with settling the case on Haley's behalf. Is that right?
Yes.
Now, you're making this agreement to settle with knowledge of the terms in that settlement agreement, right?
Yes.
And you're doing it voluntarily and you're not under any kind of duress. Is that right?
Yes.
And in fact, you understand that you are waiving your right to a trial before a jury of your peers with regard to the liability and damages for Haley. Is that right?
Yes.
And you're doing so because you believe it's in the best interest of your daughter. Is that right?
Yes.
You understand that as a consequence of the settlement, you're also going to be responsible to pay out any of the outstanding settlement matters concerning like medicals or insurance claims or any kind of liens or any future medicals that your daughter may have as a result of this accident, even though they're not anticipated, right?
Yes.
You understand that you will pay any other costs that you've incurred in the prosecution of this case, right?
Yes.
Also, you understand that as some of the money that your daughter will be receiving is not going to go to you directly, but is going to go to the registry of the court for Haley until she reaches the age of maturity, right?
Yes.
As a result of this, the release, Well, actually, as part of the release, we have asked you to have the Haley's dad's signature. You understand that?
Yes.
And what is his name?
Julio Serna.
And it's my understanding that you've made an effort to contact Julio, but that you have not been able to contact him for a long time and you don't know his whereabouts. Is that correct?
Yes.
And that's the reason why there is a blank in that part of the release. Is that right?
Yes.
You also understand that you're indemnifying the city of Alamo or any of its representatives should Haley's father come back and try to sue for Haley's injuries as a result of this accident, right?
Yes.
You finally, do you understand that this will end your lawsuit today with regard to your daughter and that you're never going to be able to sue the city of Alamo again for the injuries which occurred on April 17th, 2019?
Yes. I understand.
Are you asking the court to agree to the terms of the final judgment today and apportion the settlement monies as it sees fit?
Yes.
I have no more questions of the witness, Judge. I only want to make one statement that I've discussed the attorney's fees for our ad litem and we've come to an agreement of $1,800.
Okay, very well. Thank you, sir. Mr. Rorick?
I was just going to say 18,000 seems so much more generous for an appointed.
I thought it was worth it.
I know,
Yeah,
it was
ad litem.
one of those things where you just,
One of those Monday mornings, yes.
Very, very quick question. Mr. Rambula, I have had a chance to work with you and your family towards a resolution of this case for the last year, correct?
Yes, correct.
And we talked extensively. We met in person. We went over all the different types of arrangements that might be done and the possibility of proceeding to trial at some point and all the delays that might entail because of COVID and just everything being shut down over the last 2 years, correct?
Yes.
And you understand that by agreeing to this settlement, what you're doing is taking away Haley's right when she turns 18 to decide to bring a suit on her own. You're making this decision for her as her mother because you think it's in her best interest, correct?
Yes.
Okay, and you're satisfied with the services that the Green Law Firm and I have provided to your family to get through the end of this matter, right?
Yes.
That's all I have. I pass the witness, Your Honor.
All right, thank you, sir. Mr. Youngs?
Hey, Ms. Arambula. Good to see you again. As I mentioned when we first met, I'm going to ask you some questions that may seem redundant or repetitive, but it's just so that we can keep a clean record, okay?
Okay.
Okay. Would you state for the record your relationship with Haley Serna?
I am her mom. Her mother.
Okay. And are you this custodial parent of Haley?
Yes.
Okay. And how old is Haley today?
She is 16.
Okay. And you, me, Mr. Flores, and Haley all met together on April 11th of this year to discuss this incident. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And you explained to me, and so did Haley, that she sustained some injuries to her back, her lumbar spine, that led her to seek medical treatment. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And you and Haley represented to me that she had no other injuries other than those that we discussed, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And is Haley continuing to have any medical problems as a result of this accident?
No.
Okay. And when we met, we discussed that Haley's already getting involved with sports again, and she's very active and she's feeling well. Is that correct?
Yes.
And actually on the day that we met, the April 11th of this year, after you left my office, Haley actually went to go to a sporting event, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And you're voluntarily entering into this agreement today, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And are you aware of the existence of any fraud, compulsion, duress, undue influence causing you to accept this on behalf of Haley?
No.
Okay. And do you believe that the settlement as outlined here today is in the best interest of Haley in order to settle this case?
Yes.
Okay. And as previously mentioned, you understand that if you settle this case today, you waive the right to a jury trial of the defendant's case. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And you do understand that a jury could award you more money, less money, or no money at all as a result of a trial regarding Haley's injuries?
Yes.
Okay. And do you understand that by accepting this settlement today, any existing injury to Haley and any injury which may arise or develop in the future will not be compensable or recoverable from the defendant or their insurer. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, and based on all we've set forth today, do you still believe that this settlement is in the best interest of Haley, and do you still want the court to approve this settlement?
Yes.
I have no further questions, Judge.
All right, any more questions from anybody else?
None from
All right,
planning.
what do you represent to the court, Mr. Youngs?
I recommend that the court approve this settlement and adopt it as is.
All right, so accepted and approved. Court will hereby once again take judicial notice of the entire file in the case of Marta Arombola on behalf of minor Haley versus City of Alamo and Juan Manuel Vasquez. Court will hereby approve the minor settlement and will await a judgment for signature. Thank you all very much. You all did a great job. Okay? You all have a big excuse. Have a great day.
Okay,
Thank you,
thank
Judge.
you.
Everyone have a great day.
Mr. Rambula, Mr. Flores, have a great day.
Have a great day,
You too.
guys.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Number 6.
Number 6. Number 6, Mr. Rivera.
Good morning, Your Honor. Ismael Rivera here on behalf of the petitioner, Ms. Leslie Augusto. She's present via
Yes, sir.
Zoom this morning.
All right, good morning, sir. And is this one of those where the default divorce?
It is, Judge. We submitted a divorce decree. We served the respondent with citation on June 8th of 2021. We sent him a notice of today's hearing along with a copy of the divorce decree certified mail. He has failed to respond and has failed to retain an attorney. And so therefore we're seeking the default entry of divorce this morning.
Okay. Court will take judicial notice of the entire file in F2708-21-4 in the matter of the marriage of Leslie Augusto and Gilberto Moreno. Good morning, ma'am. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Judge,
Good morning.
Oh,
Please raise your right hand. You swear the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
You may put your hand down and you may proceed, Mr. Rivera.
Judge, let me ask the respondent, or the petitioner, I'm sorry. We initially had that we were going to proceed in Spanish with an interpreter, but I would like for her just to give me, since she's answering in English. Leslie,
Okay.
would you like to continue in English or would you prefer that we do it in Spanish?
Spanish is fine.
Okay.
Okay.
Well,
Judge,
okay, go ahead.
We can get an interpreter.
All right. Oh, go ahead, Mr. Rivera.
Okay. Would you please state your full name for the record?
Nombre completo, por favor.
Leslie Augusto.
Are you presently married to Gilberto Moreno?
¿Tú presente estás casada con Gilberto Moreno?
Sí,
Yes. Si entiendes, contesta, por favor.
sí,
Yes.
Have you been a domiciliary of Texas for the preceding 6 months?
¿Has vivido aquí en el estado de Texas por los pasados 6 meses?
sí,
Yes.
And a resident of Hidalgo County for the last 90 days?
¿Y residente del condado de Hidalgo los últimos 90 días?
sí,
Yes.
You married Mr. Moreno on September 30th, 2013?
¿Te casaste con el señor Moreno el 30 de septiembre de 2013?
sí,
Yes.
And ceased to live together as husband and wife on December 1st, 2020?
¿Y dejaron de vivir como marido y mujer el día 1 de diciembre del 2020?
sí,
Yes.
Has your marriage to Gilberto become insupportable because of discord and conflict between the marriage?
¿El matrimonio de ustedes ya no se llevan de acuerdo porque hay conflicto en las personalidades?
sí,
Yes.
Is there any reasonable expectation of reconciliation?
¿Hay esperanza de que se reconcilien?
no,
How many children do you have with Mr. Moreno?
¿Cuántos hijos tiene con el señor Moreno?
3,
3.
Would you please state their names?
Por favor, sus nombres.
Kimberly Nicole Moreno, Aileen Moreno, Mia Jamilet Moreno.
Are you asking this court to approve that your husband paid child support?
¿Usted le está pidiendo a la corte que apruebe que su esposo pague mantenimiento para los niños?
Sí,
Yes.
And based on the Texas Family Code, the amount that he is owed to pay is $348 a month. Is that correct?
Y si nos fijamos a lo que la ley dice, él debe de pagar 348 por mes. ¿Es correcto eso?
sí,
Yes.
And in retroactive child support, he is ordered to pay $2,426. Is that correct?
Y lo que él está atrasado de child support es la cantidad de 2,426. ¿Es correcto eso?
Sí,
Yes.
And you're asking this court to issue a $100 increase on the child support until he pays off the $2,426, correct?
Y aparte de los 348 por mes de mantenimiento de los hijos, entonces le van a agregar $100 más hasta que él pague el balance de los 2,426 que le debe de lo que está atrasado.
sí,
Yes.
Did you and Mr. Moreno adopt any children?
¿Usted y el señor Moreno adoptaron hijos?
no,
Are you pregnant with any of his children?
¿Ahorita presente está embarazada con un hijo de él?
no,
No.
In the division of the community property, you're asking this court to give you sole property and ownership and award the property located at 17528 El Polvorín Drive, Peñitas, Texas, 78576.
Y usted le está pidiendo que como división de la propiedad que usted se quede con, give me that address again.
17528 El
528.
Polvorín Drive.
En la dirección de 17528 El Polvorín Drive. ¿Es correcto?
Sí.
Yes.
And that you be awarded the 2009 Chevy Silverado and 2009 Jeep in your possession.
Y también los carros que tiene en la posesión de usted, que es un 209
Chevy.
Chevy Silverado y 209 Jeep.
sí,
Yes.
And you're asking this court to grant this divorce today by default.
Y usted le está pidiendo a la corte que le conceda este divorcio hoy.
sí.
Yes.
I have no further questions, Your Honor.
All right. And court will specifically note that the name of Gilberto Moreno is not in the waiting room. So once again, court takes judicial notice of the entire file in F2708-21-4 in the matter of the marriage of Leslie Augusto and Gilberto Moreno. Court will hereby grant petitioner or relief to request a hearing in open court. Court will go ahead and dissolve the marriage of petitioner and respondent. Court will await a decree for signature. All right, thank you very much.
Thank
Almost
you,
excuse.
Honor.
Have a great day.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day, Judge.
Thank you. Bye-bye. To be submitted. All right,
Mr. Abel Hinojosa, number 9.
number 9. Mr. Abel Hinojosa.
Good morning, Judge. How are you?
Yes, fine. Good morning, sir. Your client is Sonia Rocha, right?
No, Judge, it's Francisco Barrientos, the petitioner.
Oh, okay, Francisco Barrientos. Okay, is he there with you or?
Yes, Judge, he should be coming to my office right now. Mr. Barrientos, please.
All right.
And this is a divorce case?
Okay, and Sonia is also present. There's her name on the screen. Does she have an attorney?
Judge, no, we were assuming this was going to be basically a default because we served and no answer. She got notice of the hearing, but let's see what happens, Judge.
Okay.
But we're present ready, Judge.
All right, Sonia's connecting. When did you file this divorce?
Judge, the divorce got filed back last year. It was
Right.
filed with the court on August 25th, 2021. She was
August 12th.
served, Judge, on, I have a service date, that she was basically served on September 1st, 2021. No answer was on file, and we received it with a default. But of course, notice was, we gave notice. We did give notice of the default here. We gave her notice through her address at 1007 Albatross in Pharr, Texas, Judge.
All right, but since September 1st, 2021, she has not hired an attorney.
No, Judge, and I don't know whether she is going to,
All right,
I don't know her position is. If she
All
has
right,
an
Ms.
attorney or going to hire one.
all right, Ms. Rocha, good morning. Can you hear me?
Buenos días, sí.
You
Good
don't,
morning, yes.
you don't have an attorney, man?
¿No tiene abogado, señora?
No,
No.
You never got one since September 1st, 2021?
¿Usted no ha ocupado a alguien desde el 1 de septiembre del 2021 cuando la sirvieron con la
La demanda?
demanda de divorcio?
no,
No.
Okay, are you gonna hire one? Do you want to hire one or no?
¿Va a ocupar a alguien?
pues no.
Okay. You know what we're here for?
¿Sabe por qué estamos aquí hoy?
Sí.
Yes.
Is it for the divorce?
¿Es para un
Sí.
divorcio? Yes.
Sí.
Okay. So then, Mr. Enosa, and you have your client there with you, right?
He's present, Judge. He's also a Spanish speaker. I
Okay,
can try to
Francis,
prove it. I can
you're
try
going to
it
prove the
up, Judge.
divorce?
Yes, Judge.
Okay.
See if there's any objection.
Do they have any children?
No, Judge. There's no minor children.
Any property?
Yes, Judge. There's property. There's two properties. Ms. Rocha has the house and the lot, and my client has a lot with a lot, and he has his business.
Oh, okay. And she's going to be keeping the house in the.
That's
And,
my understanding. For
okay.
her to keep the house.
Okay. All right. They're proposing here that you stay with the house and the lot. You understand that, man?
Lo que están proponiendo ellos es de que usted se quede con la casa y el lote donde está la casa. ¿Usted comprende eso?
Sí.
Yes.
And do you have any children with him?
¿Usted tiene hijos con el señor?
Sí. 4.
Yes. 4.
4 children? Hey,
Pero,
oh,
pero
are they
son-
over 18 years old already?
Ellos son mayores de edad?
Sí.
Yes.
Okay, that's why they're not children of the marriage at under 18. Okay. All right, Mr. Hinojosa, let's proceed.
Thank you, Judge.
Court will take judicial notice of the entire file in F3897-21-4 in the matter of the marriage of Francisco Barrientos Jr. and Sonia Rocha.
Señor Barrientos, levante su mano derecha.
No,
You swear?
No, okay, no, it's Junior. Okay.
He's not Junior?
He's not. He's just Francisco J. Barrientos, Judge.
All right. Then you make sure that the creed does not show Junior because my docket sheet here shows Junior.
It needs to be
Right,
amended
Judge.
because that's the way that it was e-filed.
It needs to be amended?
Yes, that was e-filed by Mr.
All right. Then you
Hinojosa's
better,
office.
I guess when you follow the creed, Mr. Hinojosa,
Yes.
it's going to be amended. Okay, sir?
Right, Judge. No problem at all, sir.
All right. We got time to correct. That's what I'm trying to say here. Let's just not forget to do it, okay?
You got it.
Okay, so let's go. Mr. Barrientos, you swear the testimony
Levante su mano
Yeah.
derecha.
you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
¿Usted jura que el testimonio que va a dar es la verdad, solamente la verdad y nada más que la verdad?
Se logró.
Yes, I
You may
swear.
put your hand
Puede
down,
bajar
and
su
Mr.
mano.
Hinojosa, you may proceed.
Thank you. Sir, your name is Francisco J. Barrientos,
Ese es su nombre.
Sí.
Yes.
and you're married to Sonia Rocha.
Y usted está casado con Sonia Rocha.
Sí.
Yes.
You filed this petition for divorce against Sonia Rocha. Is that correct?
Y usted archivó esta demanda de divorcio contra Sonia Rocha. ¿Es correcto?
Sí.
Yes.
You and Ms. Rocha were married on or about the year 2001.
Usted y la señora Rocha se casaron más o menos en el año 2001.
Sí.
Yes.
And you separated in the year 2011.
Y se separaron en el año 2011.
Sí.
Yes.
And there are children born of the marriage, but they are now adults.
Y sí hubo niños que nacieron de este matrimonio, pero hoy ellos son adultos.
Sí.
Yes.
There is no expectation that you and Ms. Rocha are going to get back together.
No hay esperanza de que usted y la señora Rocha se junten de nuevo.
Pues no, yo digo que no.
No, I say no.
Prior to filing this divorce, you had been living in the state of Texas for 6 months.
Antes de que se archivara esta demanda de divorcio, usted vivió aquí en el estado de Texas de perdido 6 meses antes de que esta demanda se archivara.
Sí.
Yes.
Prior to filing this divorce action, you were living in this county of Hidalgo for 90 days. Is that
Y
correct?
antes de que se archivara esta demanda, usted vivió aquí en el condado de Hidalgo 90 días anterior. Yes.
You're asking this court for a divorce. Is that correct?
Y usted le está pidiendo a esta corte un divorcio, ¿es correcto?
Sí.
Yes.
You're asking for the following property to be awarded to you.
Usted le está pidiendo a la propiedad que ahorita va a decir el señor Hinojosa a que se le conceda a usted.
You're asking for the real property, which is a lot located at 15216 East Mile 19 Road.
Usted le está pidiendo a la corte que le conceda a usted, como de usted, solo para usted, lote 15216 mía 19.
Sí.
¿Es correcto?
Sí.
Yes.
Again, the legal description is lot 14 Evergreen Valley Estates.
Y la descripción legal es 14 Evergreen Estates.
Sí.
Yes.
And that property is all paid off, am I correct?
Y esa propiedad está pagada por completo.
The lot
El lote
that you're being awarded.
que se le va a conceder a usted.
No, todavía no estoy pagando.
Okay, forgive me. All right.
No, I'm still paying for it.
All right, so you're still making payments, is that correct?
So, entonces usted todavía está haciendo pagos, ¿es correcto?
De acá de la propiedad esta sí.
From this property, yes.
That's the only property we're talking about right now.
Esta es la única propiedad que estamos hablando ahorita.
Sí.
Yes.
And you'll be responsible for any and all debts on that property, is that correct?
Y usted va a ser responsable por cualquier deuda en esa propiedad.
¿Pero la propiedad de ella o la propiedad mía?
No,
My
Sure.
property or her property?
I am only talking about the
Lot 14.
Lot 14. That's the only
Sí.
thing I'm talking about right now.
Señor Barrientos, lo único que estoy hablando ahorita es de la propiedad que viene siendo el lote 14. Nada más eso.
That's at 15216 mile north, 19th north.
Que está en 15216 mía 19.
Sí.
Yes.
So that's the only property I'm talking about right now, please.
Esa es la única propiedad que estamos hablando ahorita, por favor.
Sí.
Yes.
So you're going to be responsible for making payments on that property. Is that correct?
Usted va a ser responsable por hacer los pagos en esa propiedad. ¿Es correcto?
Sí.
Yes.
And you'll be responsible for any and all taxes owing on that property. Is that correct?
Y también usted va a ser responsable por cualquier taxa que se deba en esa propiedad.
Sí.
Yes.
All right. You're also asking for your sole proprietorship, your business, which is called Barrientos Trucking. Is that correct? The award to you.
Y también le está pidiendo la corte que le conceda su negocio, Barrientos Trucking, a solo usted. ¿Es correcto?
Sí.
Yes.
And any all property you have in your possession be awarded to you.
Y cualquier propiedad personal que usted tenga en su posesión, que sea de usted.
Sí.
Yes.
Any all bank accounts you have in your name be awarded to you. Is that correct?
Cualquier cuenta de banco al nombre de usted, que sea solo de usted.
Sí.
Yes.
Also, if you have any retirement accounts, be awarded to you under your name.
Y si usted tiene cuentas de retiro al nombre de usted, que eso sea solo para usted también.
Sí.
Yes.
You're also asking that you be awarded the 1996 Kenworth W900 tractor trailer.
Y también le está pidiendo la corte que le conceda a usted la 1996 Kenworth trailer, el tractor que sea de usted.
Sí.
Yes.
You're also asking for the 2003 Peterbilt 379 tractor trailer. Be awarded to you.
Y también tiene una 203 Peterbilt que sea de usted.
Sí.
Yes.
You're also asking for, you have another Peterbilt. Is that correct?
Y tiene otra Peterbilt, ¿verdad?
Sí.
Yes.
And forgive me, what year is that Peterbilt?
Y perdón, ¿qué año es esa?
2006.
2006.
All right. And for your wife, you're asking that she be awarded the real property located at 1007 West Albatross Avenue.
Y para su esposa, que la propiedad que está localizada en 1007 West Albatross sea de su esposa.
Sí.
Yes.
And to your knowledge, that property is all paid off. Is that correct?
Y a lo que usted sabe, esa propiedad está toda pagada, ¿correcto?
Sí.
Yes.
And she be responsible for any payments or debts or taxes owing on that property.
Y ella será responsable de cualquier taxas o deudas que se deba en esa propiedad.
Okay, looks like Mr. Hinojosa and his client froze. Rick, you want to call Abel? There you go.
Yes, Judge.
Okay. I think he's on. He's back
All
on.
right. Thank you, Judge. I think I froze
Oh.
here on my end.
We had a freezing episode, Abel.
We did. I was still.
I think the last question was what? The property that went to the wife?
That she's responsible
Yes.
for any taxes
Oh,
or
that she would be
any debt.
responsible for any debt or taxes
Correct.
on the property. Is that where the residence is?
That is the residence, Judge. There's a
Okay.
house and a residence. It's a house
Y
here.
ahí en esa dirección está una casa y el lote, la tierra.
Okay. And that's
And
paid
then-
for. Okay.
Y eso está
Yes.
pagado.
Okay.
And that she'd be awarded any all property, personal effects that she has in her possession.
Y que su esposa también se le conceda cualquier cosas personales que ella tenga en su posesión.
Sí.
Yes.
And whatever bank account she has and the retirement account she has in her name be awarded to her.
Y cualquier cuenta de banco al nombre de su esposa o si ella tiene cuentas de retiro al nombre de ella, todo eso será solo de ella.
Sí.
Yes.
Judge, I have nothing further for my client, Your Honor.
All right. Were you going to ask any questions, Sabine Rocha?
Yes, I am, Judge.
Okay.
Señora Rocha, levante su mano derecha, por favor.
You swear the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
¿Usted jura que el testimonio que va a dar es la verdad, solamente la verdad y nada más que la verdad?
Sí.
Yes.
You may put your hand down.
Puede bajar su mano.
You may proceed, Mr. Hinojosa.
Thank you. Ms. Rocha, forgive me, I do have to ask you a question. It may be embarrassing, but I do have to ask this question.
Le tengo que hacer esta pregunta, tal vez sea un poquito vergonzoso, pero se la tengo que preguntar.
Ms. Rocha, are you pregnant at this time, expecting a child?
Señora Rocha, ¿usted está esperando un bebé? ¿Está embarazada?
No.
No.
Ms. Rocha, do you have any minor children at this time?
Señora Rocha, ¿usted tiene niños que son menores de edad?
No.
No.
Thank you.
Gracias.
Ms. Rocha, you heard the proposed property division that was read into the record?
Señora Rocha, ¿usted escuchó lo que está proponiendo el señor Barrientos?
Sí.
Yes, tocante a la propiedad.
Sí.
Yes.
Do you have any objections to the proposed division of property?
¿Usted se opone a lo que él está proponiendo?
No.
No.
Thank you. Judge,
Gracias.
I have no further questions, Judge.
All right, court will go ahead and take judicial notice of the entire filing, cause number F3897-21-4, in the matter of the marriage of Francisco Barrientos and Sonia Rocha. Court will hereby dissolve the marriage of petitioner respondent, and will go ahead and grant petitioner all relief request to hearing in open court. Court will await an amended decree for signature.
Thank you,
La
Judge. I
corte les ha
appreciate it.
concedido el divorcio, ya el señor Hinojosa se va a encargar de hacer la orden final, ya que él la tenga preparada, se va a archivar con la corte y entonces ya el juez firma la orden.
All right.
Gracias.
Thank you all very much. Have a big
Gracias.
excuse. Have a
Pueden
great day.
retirar. Pasen buen
Thank
día.
you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Which one are we gonna get next?
Number
10?
10.
Number 10.
I don't know if they might have an agreement. I don't know.
Let's see. It was Mr. Flores and Miss Olivares.
Ms. Olivares has her client in the office.
Good morning, Your Honor. Did you call our case?
Yes, Miss Flores, good morning. And I'm sorry, Miss Olivares, good morning. And Mr. Flores, good morning, sir.
Morning, Judge.
I believe we're here on F4741-21-4 in the interest of Susan Henshaw.
Yes, Your Honor. We
right.
have a partial agreement, Your Honor.
Okay.
Mr. Flores and I were talking, actually trying to, talking this morning regarding this case.
Okay.
We have agreed to a hair follicle. I'll see to what extent he's agreed on where they're going to remove the hair from these people, from the clients. Each one will pay their own fee. We've agreed to that so far. So I'll let Mr. Flores see if that's correct.
Judge, we had submitted we got a call from Ms. Olivares first of all, wanting to pass the hearing and agreeing to do the hair follicle.
Mr. Flores, I'm here. I did not talk to you passing no hearing. You
Well, we got a
are
letter.
misinformed, sir. I spoke to your wife.
Okay, we had a partial agreement. I haven't heard it yet.
Anyway,
What is it?
Exactly.
Judge, I prepared a hair follicle exam requesting that they take the hair follicle from the body of the person. The reason for that
Is that him?
is that the hair follicle on the body of the person goes back further back in time versus that off the head. Having said that, I just submitted a separate order to Ms. Olivares, just agreeing to do it by the head to see how that test goes, and then we'll take it from there. So I submitted to her for signature.
Oh,
Your
okay.
Honor, I haven't seen it because the other one said that from a hair, not from the head. So
I'm just telling you, I just
Yes,
sent
I
it to you
understand.
and I made the change.
You have 2 orders
So if you'll sign the second one, it just says from the head.
from the
You
head.
already sent
Okay.
it
And
to
we'll
me?
see what happens at that point.
Judge, if you give me one moment, staff, can you check and see if I got something from Roby? Your
Okay.
Honor, the other one is we'll need temporary orders for child support. My client has had the child for a while and no child support. She needs help. The child is a beautiful little girl that needs to go to gymnastics. It costs $174. We can agree at least to that, 50-50, and then we can come back and have a hearing on temporary orders. I don't mind that.
Judge,
So right-
that's an extracurricular activity. What Ms. Olivares had said this morning, she wants to retract it at that time. She wanted to pass the hearing because.
I did not want to pass a
we're in
hearing,
fact- we're in
Roby.
fact-
I got, Judge, you know what? And I don't want you to send us somewhere else, Judge, because like you did the last time
No,
on
no,
our
no,
case.
no, no, no.
Please. Because we
Okay.
still haven't had one hearing on that poor lady's case. But anyway,
So,
I never wanted to pass the hearing. I wanted to enter into an agreement, Roby, agreement.
okay, you have the couple of orders there?
No, I have the order. Let me see, Judge. Drug
One's
screening.
for the head only.
Infinity, honor before April 30th, order to present photo ID, laboratory staff to provide the laboratory with hair follicles
Okay.
from their head as may be required.
From the head?
Judge, what this means, Roy, with hair follicles, but they're at the testing. Let's add,
It is at the testing site.
well,
No,
from
they
their,
can't-
I'm gonna add something from their head
I'm sure they'll do it there.
They
at
have to do it there.
the
You-
The only way
testing.
they can certify it.
Yeah,
Well, so
you
when you
can.
say provide, I could have a hair and say, here, ma'am, I'm providing my hair. I saw a
No,
movie like that.
I don't think, okay, well, that's a movie, but no, I don't think in real life they'll do that.
Okay,
do it so you have it.
I added at the testing and signing it.
Okay,
And each party is to pay for their own cost, Your Honor.
for their each hair. Okay,
Yes,
what about, what was it again? The 174
look at it.
divided by 2?
Yes, the
No.
gymnastics that she wants to go, he's not paying child support, so we'll deal with that at temporary orders. It's 174, so each parent can pay $87.
Judge, let
Yes.
me start out by saying this is our motion on temporary orders. If we're going to go to temporary orders, then we can have a full-blown hearing.
Okay,
But I told, look, and Judge, look, I just want to clarify that Ms. Olivares did send a text today. And what she said, we agree to pass the hearing and mediate if you sign the proposed order. I'm sorry. Blessed morning, we have not mediated this case and judge ordered mediation. We can agree to do both, to do the drug testing, no problem. Let me know because I need to go to the bank and sign some docs this morning.
I already signed them and came back, and they still didn't call me.
okay.
Look,
So
so
now-
Judge,
What do we do?
what I'm
Mediate?
trying- we've emailed her all this stuff earlier today, but long
Okay.
story short, we don't have a problem going to mediation,
Right.
okay? And we can go to mediation the next 21 days. And then if we don't get it settled, we come back and have our hearing on temporary orders, like many judges do. You have mandatory mediation, and I get it.
Uh-huh.
We had been requesting this drug test. They're now finally
We're
agreeing
done
to
it.
do
We already got it.
Well, yeah, now, months later after we've filed this thing. So what
You
I'm
just filed it,
suggesting,
Roby. You just filed it.
Well, how soon can we get the results?
Judge,
so-
I believe, why should the little girl be waiting? Because
Well- Well, first
father
of all, we're
doesn't want to
asking
pay,
for
hold
custody,
on,
Judge.
doesn't want to
Well,
pay
no.
$87.
Look, Judge, look,
Can you
Judge,
order
we're
that, Judge?
asking for custody of this child. I don't
Well,
have
he
a
can
problem.
ask all he wants, but he doesn't have the child,
Okay,
okay?
okay, wait, okay, Mr.
She
Olivares.
doesn't have either pursuant to an order, Judge. So what
Okay.
we're
Look, Judge.
saying, what I told Fela, what I suggested to her is to give my client extended standard under the order, go get the hair follicle test. Let's see what happens. We come back to court in 21 days, and then we decide the issue of custody. At the end
And
of the day,
I told him we would give him expended from Thursday to Sunday if he pays child support. They want to get this extra
she's misunderstanding.
visitation.
We
Hold on,
want
Ruby,
custody.
please. My
That's the
goodness, don't
problem
you
she
have
doesn't get.
any
Okay,
respect? Judge, so, I mean, they want visitations, they don't want to give in. He's got to pay child support for the child. It's gonna, she can't be paying for everything for the child. She was in dancing, she paid for everything. So I'm not asking that much. I mean, these parents love their child and
are they
he
both
needs to
employed?
pay.
They're both employed, Judge.
Okay,
Judge, the motion for testing was filed this month, 4/4/21.
okay, I'll sign that today. It'll be signed this morning, hopefully.
So what's the deal on the mediation? Who are we gonna mediate with?
Pick,
You are?
I don't care.
Charlie or
I'm
Andy? Is that okay with you?
Andy's fine.
Okay, or Charlie
Andy,
Ochoa?
Huh?
Or Charlie Ochoa?
I'd rather go to Andy. I'd rather
Okay,
go to
we'll do
Andy.
it. We'll take Candy. And the
Or Lucy
gymnastics,
Thompson,
can
I
he
don't
pay
care.
$87? So we can
Andy?
enroll the
fella.
child?
No, fella, you're misunderstanding.
Okay, tell the.
I want a hearing today because we're asking for custody. She is saying that now that she's agreeing to the hair follicle, I'm telling her, let's do the hair follicle, let's go to mediation. There's
Okay.
no determination right now who has custody because there's no hearing.
We
come
have
back after
custody,
mediation.
Roby. We have custody. Your guy visits and we're agreeing because he's going to take the drug testing too. Judge, okay, we'll come back on another day.
Well, but Judge, I need.
Question, is the hair follicle for each one?
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
both parties.
Actually,
Both
we have
parties. We
requested
wouldn't
a
agree
birth
otherwise. My
certificate.
client doesn't do drugs.
Okay,
Well, Judge, then if that's the case, wait a minute, Judge. If that's the case, then let's get the hair follicle test from other parts of the body other than the head because it goes back 6 months to a year.
no, let's keep it the way it is. Let's keep the,
Judge, that's
Yeah.
ridiculous. From other parts of the body. Which other part does she have? Her private parts? Please,
They take
that's
it from there. Yes,
ridiculous.
their pubic area, absolutely.
okay, no, right now we'll do the hair part,
Thank you. Your Honor.
the head hair only. And what, 50-50 on the fees? And then
Yes.
let's get Andy Almaguer to do the
The mediation.
mediation.
I'll file the order for mediation. Your
Judge,
Honor.
the problem is there is no order right now. And I'm wanting to have something in place until we come back so that my client can see this child lawfully, because she can sit here and say, no, there is no court order. But I
When
don't
we-
want a designation of consortium
He
until we have our
has
hearing.
been seeing the child whenever he wants, Judge. There has been no
Good, then
problem.
we'll have her
What-
50% of the time.
Okay, I'm
How's
gonna
that?
let you talk, okay? Go ahead.
Then we'll take her 50% of the time until
Oh,
we come
sure,
back for
Roby,
mediation.
sure.
Don't have a problem.
No.
Why
no.
don't we do the $87 and then the extended?
We can do the extended,
Because-
Judge, from
Because,
Thursday to
Judge, that's
Sunday
an
because
extracurricular activity that's not in
Thursday,
consideration
Friday,
for
Saturday,
support.
and Sunday, and bring back the child by 6 o'clock because she needs to get ready to go to school.
Yeah. That's not extended
Yes, it is from Thursday, Friday,
Till Monday
Saturday, and
morning.
Sunday.
till Monday morning is the
Then you
new
pay child
statute.
support, sir. You can't have it all.
Judge, then let's have our hearing. I don't care. I'll put her on the stand now. We'll have our hearing. And we can
Guys,
be here
let's-
for a
let's
couple
just-
of hours.
Let's just mediate. Let's just have it. Let's get mediated here. Yeah, let's do extended right now. What would that be?
Judge, that would be Thursday to Sunday. We're not agreeing to Monday because he doesn't pay child support and that's not correct. You should
Okay.
also order child support at least $500. Then he can get his credit or we get more when we figure it out. Because now it's like temporary orders, Judge. So we're asking
Yeah.
at least for $500 a month.
Judge, I'm asking for custody. So are we gonna have a hearing?
You
or
can
we
ask
gonna
for
come back
custody
after
all you want,
mediation?
but you don't have custody right now. My client
No,
has
guys.
primary.
No, let's do the extended order.
With $500 child support?
Your
with,
Honor, there's no, Your Honor. Then I want my hearing.
mm,
There's no basis for the child support. You don't even know how much he
Oh my
makes.
goodness,
There
of
hasn't
course
been a
there is.
hearing.
She's living
Okay.
with mom. What are you talking about, Robin?
Can I get rid of let me get rid of everybody else and I'll come back to you guys and I'll have a hearing.
Thank
Just on
you,
the child
Honor.
support. So let me just get rid I got a full load here. Let me see if I can get people
Yes,
out of
Your
here.
Honor. Thank you
Yeah,
so
I'll
much.
come right back. Just hold on about 10, 20 minutes.
Number 7.
You take
Number
your
7.
time.
Okay, number 7. Number 7. That'll be Miss Fuentes. Good morning. Can you hear me, ma'am?
Yes, good morning, Your Honor.
All right.
We have a
And
mediated settlement agreement, Your Honor.
you have a mediated settlement agreement for a Monday morning? That's great. Let me get Miss. Is it Miss Canales?
She's from you.
Yes,
All
Your
right.
Honor.
She needs to unmute. All right. And the parties?
My client, I don't see his face, but I know he's on there. He's in our.
All right.
room.
That would be Gerardo Duran, right? I see the name and then Dora Garcia.
Good
Oh, there
morning,
she
Your
is.
Honor.
Okay. Good morning.
Dora Garcia.
All right. Good morning, ma'am. Next case here is continuing here with the April 25th, 2022. We now go to F3680-21-4 in the matter of the marriage of Gerardo Duran and Dora Garcia. And I see the attorneys, Ms. Aguilar and Ms. Canales. Who's going to be testifying?
Judge, I think both of them need a translator, but if we can proffer the agreement, then we can just ask them if that's the agreement. That might be easier, so we don't.
As long as everybody signs on it, that'll do it.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
That'll.
Yes, everybody signs on it, submit it, that'll do it.
Okay.
All right. Thank you very much.
Judge,
You all may be excused. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Judge,
Okay.
you know, there was only one thing, Judge, that I was going to ask. We do have a mediated settlement agreement. We can get everybody to sign. My client, Your Honor, does work in up north, like 6 months out of the year, then comes down. We just want to be clear on the record that Ms. Canales' client understands that when he's gone, the room that he stays in, and he has the right to stay there until March 23rd. I'm sorry. He has the right to stay in the room until March 31st, 2023. That room is his exclusive use. Everything in the room in that room only. We just want to be clear about that because there's been, according to my client, some threats made that she's going to use his room when he's gone. And we're just asking that his room not be used.
Your Honor, I'm sorry, but I had that discussion with her this morning, and that was not part of the mediated settlement agreement. If he's not there and he's working out of town for months at a time, that was their marital bedroom, and she was in agreement for him just to stay there while he was there, but we did not agree on that. She is sleeping in the living room, Your Honor, on the sofa, and she does not want to be on the sofa for an entire year. So when he's not there, she wants to sleep on a bed. And when he is there, she is sleeping on the sofa. I think that's only fair. And it was not part of the mediated settlement agreement.
Judge, and my client, I did discuss it with him. He says she has her own room. She's not in the sofa. And the thing is that all his personal items, they've been separated. They've been in the same house, Your Honor, but living separately for a while. They each have their own rooms. And all his stuff is in the master bedroom. It's all his personal items. That's the only stuff he's keeping. And he says she has her own bedroom. She does not sleep on the sofa.
Your Honor, that's not true. At the time of mediation, maybe, I'm not sure if she's gotten a bed, but Your Honor, I don't think it's fair for her to be thrown out for a whole year. And on top of that, that was not in the mediated settlement agreement. And if they wanted that, we should have put that in the mediated settlement agreement.
What's going to happen now? You all going to go back to the mediator? And see what the...
Well, we each signed a paper, Your Honor, saying that it was full and final. I mean, she can definitely not touch his things, but why shouldn't she be able to sleep in that bed also? I think this is such a a childish issue, he leaves for months at a time. I don't understand why he doesn't want her in that
Sure.
room when they shared that room for many, many years. And that's her bed
Sure.
too.
And you said there's some personal items in that room that belong to
Yeah,
you?
he's told us that all his personal items are in that room, and they've, like I said, they've been living separate lives for a while, and so his stuff has been in that room. That's the room he's used.
Mm-hmm.
But she's also, Your Honor, whenever he goes out of town. So it's not like she hasn't been in that room for years. She has. And she wants to stay in her bed when he's not there. And I think that's only fair.
Okay, well, just as long as she doesn't mess with the personal items.
Of course, Your
And,
Honor.
and I think those items need to be listed somewhere so that they can never be missing someday from now. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sure what the items are, but they ought to be put in a separate place or just make a list and make sure that these are the items that will always be my separate items and make sure that they're when I come back, you know. So,
Yes, Your Honor.
you know,
Yes,
I don't
Your
know.
Honor.
Outside I can say, you know, just make sure you move those things aside, get them out of the way.
We will, Judge. Thank
Okay.
you, Your Honor.
All right.
Maybe we-
Thank you all
Thank
so
you.
much. Maybe excuse. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, who's next?
Number 4.
Number 4. What is it? Keith? There's a Keith Lepsy.
Yeah.
The piece.
Lopez, Judge, I'm here.
Right here.
Okay, there you are, Mr. Lopez. It is, who's on the other side? Anybody on the other side?
It's a Rule 202, Judge. It's a hearing that we basically want to do pre-suit discovery because it's a case that may be against a governmental entity, and we want to make sure that when we make our selection, that we do it correctly.
Okay, and we're here on CL 220732D, Irma Garcia versus Vicente Aguilar.
Yes, deposition
All right.
for suit. Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so there's no Rule 11 on this one?
No.
Okay, and what were you seeking again, Mr. Lapis?
We were seeking a deposition and also some discovery pre-suit in that deposition, just to determine whether or not the employee was in the course and scope. So when we have to make our election, we do it properly. Because if you make the
Right.
wrong election, your case gets dismissed.
Right.
And we've run into that lately, and so we're just trying to avoid that. That's
All
it.
right. All right, that'll be granted.
Okay, I appreciate it, Your Honor.
All right, thank you, sir. You may be excused. Have a good day.
Thanks, Judge. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Bye-bye.
Mr. Livesay has number 3.
Mr. Livesay.
Number 3 and number 1.
All right, Mr. Keith Livesay. Let me see here. Good morning.
Good morning, Your Honor.
You're here on, I guess, a couple of items, but I think one of them is CL 214057D, Gerardo Soto versus Ventoni Construction et al.
Yes, sir. They're both in the same case, both motions.
Oh, okay. Both. Okay. I got you. I just got them in separate numbers. And you're seeking a turnover order?
Yes, sir. That there's there were 4 defendants in this matter, and so we're requesting a turnover in order for assistance in satisfying the judgment.
Okay. And we already have a judgment, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I think the other number is, which one is it? Number 1. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it'll be, I have my number 1, my number 3 are the same cost number, CL 214057D, Soto versus Ventoni Construction et al. Okay, that'll be granted, sir.
Okay, and the other motion is the defendants banked at Rio Bank, and we're just requesting that Rio Bank turn over to us or to somebody any funds that they have in their possession, which belongs to defendants.
Okay.
So, and normally you do this through a garnishment, but they asked for the clerk's office. It was going to cost $700 to file a garnishment proceedings, and my clients just thought that was a little too. That was just too much.
Okay. So the route you're going also works the same way?
Yes, sir.
All right, that'll be granted.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you,
Who-
sir.
Okay, who would you want to be the receiver for the turnover?
Who have you used before, like Mario Garcia or somebody, or you give me a name?
Judge, I was hoping you knew of some young, aggressive commercial attorney that would be willing to do this. I mean, Mario's terrific too. I have no problems having him, or we've used Paul Wilson in the past, but he won't do it because this is a construction case. Because
Okay.
I've dealt with him. And the problem you run into is people, you are appointed receivers and they just sort of sit on things. I've had no experience with Mario. I don't think he would do that, but I've got, that's been a problem. That's been a problem.
Who do you recommend? Who do you have?
Well, the only person, I don't know of anybody who's a young commercial lawyer. The one person we had heard was the younger Wilkins was apparent. I apologize for not knowing his first name. That he was
Lenny or Mark
or anybody, Mark or anybody that could do it. I'll be happy with whoever the judge you
I think
appoint.
it's Mark Wilkins, right? I think you're talking about Mark Wilkins.
Yes.
Yeah, put his name in there.
Okay, all right. I'll tender the orders to the court.
Okay, that'll work. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Your Honor.
Have a good day. Bye-bye.
You too, bye-bye.
Number 5, Mr. Marlon Duran.
Number
He's a defendant.
Number 5. That is hearing.
Hello, good morning, Judge.
Good morning, sir. How you doing? Marlon Duran, right, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
We're here on CL 220977D, Edinburgh Place Apartments versus Marlon Duran. Yes, sir.
Yes, I submitted a motion on Friday to abate the case and seal it pursuant to the Texas Supreme Court's 50th emergency order for the pandemic.
Okay. So it was to abate and seal, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Nobody here on behalf of Edinburgh Place Apartments? I don't see anybody else. Those names, do you recognize who's for? Do you know any? Well, have you been talking to anybody?
Me?
Yeah, Mr. Duran.
Oh yes, I've been working with Texas Rio Grande Legal Aid. They've been advising me.
Okay, but any names regarding Edinburgh Place Apartments?
Miss Acevedo?
Who?
Miss Acevedo?
Acevedo? No, I don't see her name in the waiting room. Oh, there she is. There's an Acevedo right now. Let me see. Alexandria Acevedo.
Yes, I think that's her, yes.
Okay. Let me see. Omar Ochoa? Okay. Let me see Omar Ochoa. That's Alexander, she's connecting. Mr. Ochoa, can you hear me? Omar Ochoa? Which is his case, you know? All right. Mr. Omar Ochoa, can you hear me?
Okay, Ms. Acevedo is
All right, Ms. Acevedo, can you hear me? You need to unmute.
There you go. I can hear you.
All right, Ms. Acevedo, are you here on the Edinburgh Place Apartments case?
Yes. Yes.
All right. Did you have anything to say to the court, ma'am?
No.
Because I think Mr. Duran, who's on the other side, is asking that we abate this matter and seal it. Yeah, he must be getting some funding. Mr. Duran, can you hear me?
Yes.
Are you talking to who now for funding?
I've been helped by Texas Rio Grande Legal Aid.
Okay, and you're still getting help?
Yes.
You're negotiating or talking to them?
Yeah, yes. If you look at Exhibit B, this is the case summary for the rent relief that I and Edmund Place both applied to. And under the 15th emergency order of the Texas Supreme Court, it says that if both the landlord and the tenant have a rent relief application, then the case should be abated for 60 days and the record sealed.
All right. Ms. Acevedo?
We have not received any information as far as Hidalgo County revenue. Give me 1 second.
I didn't hear him.
Sorry about that. We have not received anything as far as rent relief. He had stated that he was going to go ahead and apply, but we haven't done any paperwork. For as far as him, we went ahead and haven't heard anything at all from rent relief assistance.
Okay, but he's looking for assistance right now as we speak.
As far as I know he said that he was going to be applying. Like I said, his application process is still pending, meaning that it hasn't been processed yet.
Okay.
I submitted to the court Exhibit B. The case summary. It says that I submitted my part on the 17th of March, and they also submitted their part.
Okay, so then we're supposed to abate the matter and wait?
The application the status of the application right now is in progress. It hasn't been approved yet.
Okay. All right. Let's see what happens, and then if we need to come back again, I guess Ms. Duran, just let us know, okay? I'm sorry, Ms. Acevedo. Okay.
Yeah. So then we have to wait for the rent, even though he's been applying for rent assistance since before.
Well, yeah, but the most we can go now is 60 days, because if nothing happens in 6 days, I think we're gonna go and do what we gotta do. Yeah.
He hasn't paid rent since July.
Right. I understand. I understand, but
that's not true, Your Honor. I paid 6 months in advance when I moved in April. So it hasn't been July. It's been November.
November.
Okay,
November.
so
he hasn't received any type of payment. He's been applying for rental assistance since then. So I don't see how much longer do we need to give him when he's not making any attempt as far as following up with rent relief. He didn't follow up with rent relief for a long time until we started the whole eviction process. We haven't accepted anything from rental relief. And I know we don't have to accept anything from rental assistance relief because there's been no payment on his behalf. Like we haven't applied anything on our end.
But what does the rule say that was issued by the Supreme Court or the governor?
I know that when we had the eviction court, the judge there told us that we didn't have to accept rental assistance, that we can proceed with the eviction process.
I have the order here, Judge. It says on page 2, section 3B2. It says that the judge must confirm whether or not the plaintiff landlord has any pending application for rental assistance, including applications for rental assistance through the Texas Eviction Diversion Program, or has provided any information or documentation directly to a rental assistance provider for the purpose of receiving rental assistance. And on page 3, subsection A, it says that the eviction must be evaded for 60 days. That all court records, files, and information, including information stored by electronic means relating to eviction, must be not sealed. And yes, so
okay.
Yes.
So what day did you file it?
I filed it on the 17th of March.
March 17th. Okay, I think from there I'm supposed to count 60 days.
Okay.
And if nothing happens, I'm going to proceed with the eviction. So, Ms. Acevedo, have you filed an eviction yet or no?
We already filed an eviction.
Okay.
We already
But-
filed an eviction, which is his appeal.
My understanding is that it's supposed to be 60 days from this appeal.
No. No.
May 17th.
I think from May 7th, from March 17th.
From March 17, 60 days is May 17th.
Is May 17th.
Yes. So we
Right.
can reset it for that day.
All right, I need to
At 10
reset
a.m.
it. All right. I'm going to reset it for May what?
May 17th,
May 17th.
10 a.m.
17th for 10 a.m. for the eviction hearing. All right.
And I have a question. Does the
Yes.
eviction that we have pending where he's supposed to be paying rent to the county court or to the court, does that have anything to play as far as if he doesn't make those payments as far as like this hearing, or is that completely different?
I don't think he's been making any payments. He said the last one he probably made was November. What was it?
Because our
No,
understanding. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I did make a payment with the appeal, but I was told by legal aid that I would need to make payments, but the court was supposed to send me a notice about when to make them, and I haven't received any notice about that.
Okay, look, on the 17th, I'm gonna consider the eviction, any payments done, any credits or whatever, and we'll go from there.
Okay.
Now,
Okay,
Edinburgh
thank you,
Place
Judge.
Apartments.
Yes.
Ma'am, who are you? You're the manager of the
I'm the
apartments?
property
or-
manager. I'm the property manager, yes.
Okay. Is that a corporation, Edinburgh Place Apartments, or do you know what that is?
Edinburgh Place Apartments is the name of the property. The corporation is Bluestone Asset. They're the owners of the.
Okay, because sometimes when you have when you have a corporation involved, they must be represented by an attorney. So,
No,
well, just
they
make
don't
sure you
have
do it
to-
right. Make sure it's
Yes.
done right. I'm just warning you because I know that when we have corporations showing up to court, they must be represented by attorneys. So it could be ABC Corporation, DBA Edinburgh Place Apartments.
Okay.
So it better make sure it's done correctly because if we're going to have a judgment against Mr. Duran, it better be correct.
Correct.
But you know what I'm
Okay.
saying? You have
Yes.
ABC Corporation doing business as Edinburgh Place Apartments. Just
Mhm.
be careful with that, okay?
Okay.
But we set it for May 17th.
10 a.m.
All right. Status and/or eviction.
Eviction, yes.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
thank
You may
you.
be excused. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a good
Thank
day.
you. Bye bye.
I think Omar Ochoa was here for number 4.
Number 4.
Yes, good morning, Your Honor.
Yes, sir. Good morning, sir. You're here on CL 220732D, Irma Garcia versus Vicente Aguilar.
Yes, Your Honor, here on behalf of the city of Edinburgh that was served with that.
Okay. And what was that? What was he, the gentleman?
That was depositions before suit.
Oh, this gentleman wants to do depots before the suit. And what else? What was,
I think that was it, right? It's all right.
was that it? Something like that. Like there was an
Yes.
accident or something. He
That's
wanted
right.
to do
Yeah, it's an accident alleged with a city vehicle and a city employee. And I believe this was a petition for a deposition before suit.
exactly to determine whether somebody was in the scope of employment or not.
That's correct.
That's basically what he want to do. So that's basically what it was. I think that gentleman came earlier and talked to me about that case, or talked to the court on this case, and I think he'll be doing it.
Okay.
Okay.
You'll be doing the deposition?
Depositions, yes.
Okay. So, all right. Well, I guess I'll contact that counsel, see if we can work something out.
And see who's gonna depose, right?
Right.
All right. Thank you, sir. Have a good
Okay,
day.
Your Honor. Thank you.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Miss Christy Garza is connecting.
She's gonna, she's gonna.
All right, you need to unmute, Ms. Garza.
Can you hear me?
Yes, Ms. Garza, we're here on CL 21-2261D, Christy Garza versus Angelica M. Aguirre. Was this a case we did on an eviction or something?
Yes, we did, and I was granted, I guess the
Possession of
the position. Yeah.
Yeah. And what? Was there any money or rents, anything with the court?
Well, she had deposited 525 with the county clerk when she filed the appeal.
Uh-huh.
So that's what we're trying to obtain.
But that 525 was what? Was it
It's
rents?
for the for the rent that
Like a month rent or something?
1 month's rent actually, because she owed me like 3 or 4.
Right. But this was 1 month rent and not was it not like court costs or something like that, whatever? Yeah. Have you been in touch with Angelica Aguirre, or she's already gone and everything?
Yeah, she's never contacted me or anything to pay what she owes.
Okay, we also notified her to appear today, and the court will note that the name Angelica M. Aguirre is not in the waiting room. So she did not make an appearance, although she was duly notified. So you're saying that the 525 is the rent that was deposited by her when she made the appeal?
Right.
Okay, and the money's still there in the register of the court?
Yes.
Okay. What was the question I was going to ask? That'll do it. All right. Did you submit an order, ma'am, for the court to sign?
I did. Uh-huh.
It'll be an order specifying exactly the 525 going to you. So just make sure you did it, okay? If you didn't, submit another one. But if you already submitted a prior one and it's not correct, the second one will be amended order.
Yeah, I did. I submitted an amended order.
An amended order? Okay.
Nice.
Amended order. I'll put here to be submitted, but you say it's already in.
I
All right,
actually have a copy of it here.
And what does it say?
For the record, that amended order is on file.
All right, we have an
is on
amended
file.
order.
Yes,
All
sir.
right, thank you, ma'am. That'll do it. Have a good day. Okay, ma'am?
Thank you. Uh-huh.
All right, thank you. Bye. Who's next? All right, and now we're gonna go back to Roby and what are they? Mr. Flores, yes, sir.
Yeah, I spoke to my client. He's agreeing to pay the $87, go to mediation, get the hair follicle test done, and get back in 30 days. From the
I did not. You were pretty slow there. I mean, pretty low there in volume. I didn't.
Oh, my client has agreed to pay the $87 that you are requesting.
Okay.
It is extended standard. He'll go to the mediation. He'll go do the hair follicle test so long as she does hers. And obviously, we come back in 30 days on the hearing and temporary orders. That way we'll have the results back.
Okay, that sounds like.
Judge, I didn't hear anything, Judge. I was
All
not
right.
on the screen.
All right.
What happened?
Okay,
And I
here
don't
it
even
is.
know why he talks when I'm not on the screen.
Okay, Miss Olivares, I think
Mande,
he just said they're gonna pay the $87 on the what was that?
On the
extra fee they did?
gymnastics? Okay.
Gymnastic, there you go. And then they'll be extended. What was the extended order? Till Sunday night or something?
No, Judge, then we want child support. You can't give him visitations and we don't get child support.
Okay,
That's
Miss
not
Olivares,
right.
just a minute. I'm just trying to find out if what you all were talking about. And then I think the follicle test, right?
Hair follicle test.
Okay. All right. So what's missing here, Mr. Olivares? What was it?
The child support, we request $500 without doing anything. I don't know what he does,
Well, Judge,
but to pay something.
Judge,
If he
they
wants
don't have-
extended visitations, then he needs to pay child support. Judge, because let me finish, Robbie. The date of separation's been 2018. He hasn't paid child support 2019, 2020, 2021, 3 years, Judge, with nothing. So $500, we can set it at that and then figure it out at the end.
Judge, let me just respond briefly. She has no hearing set for today. All we're urging, Your Honor, is we filed a motion for drug test. We filed a motion for temporary orders. We'll
Your Honor,
withdraw-
that's incorrect.
It is, it's not incorrect. You can look at the docket sheet.
We have
All we're
pleadings.
setting are-
It's for temporary orders
Hello,
for both.
Can you let me finish for a second?
Yes, go ahead, but don't be saying things that are not true.
Well, first of all, the docket sheet and the entry will speak for itself. The court can take judicial notice. She has no request hearing for temporary orders. We filed a request for the hair follicle test on April the 4th. She filed a hair follicle test on April the 7th. She has no order setting hearing on her request for temporary orders, which was filed back in, I want to say it was in January or February she filed it. So we're willing to go to the mediation. We're willing to do the hair follicle test, Judge. And we're willing to pay the $87, but we're asking for possession access. We won't urge our motion for temporary orders, which it's our motion that's set, until we come back after the hair follicle test come back so the court will have a better idea.
Well, then the judge can't order any visitation because he has to order child support too. That's the right thing to do under any temporary orders, which they were yours or mine. It doesn't matter. It's for the child. So in the best interest of the child, Your Honor, we ask that you set child support at $500 or give us another hearing so we can get this done.
Well, that was the purpose to come
But
back
no
and-
visitation until he pays.
See, here's the person that was, go ahead, Judge.
All right, then we'll do, I guess what we can do today without a hearing is the follicle test. That's gonna be from each of you, half and half. And we've got who, Andy Almaguer?
Yes, Your Honor.
We'll do the mediation.
Okay.
And I think that's it for right now.
Can you give me my
Yes.
hearing on the temporary orders?
When do we do the temporary orders, Judge?
And the temporary orders hearing, one moment, let me
Yes.
see if I can get it
What
here right now.
date?
Yeah, submit the order. And did you all submit an order already? Was it blank or something or what?
On who?
We'll have it within 30 days.
Okay, we'll submit the order for temporary orders.
We'll do that.
I
We'll
just,
hopefully,
I just want you to note, Judge, they're now denying him possession and access at all times.
We are not, Judge. He can come this weekend on his first, third, and fifth weekend. He's been seeing the child every weekend.
okay. Oh, but he's got visitation right now, right? But
Yes, he has
it's just-
visitations.
It's just that
He
it's
has
not extended.
Judge, he has no visitation order. There is no.
All
orders.
right, we'll agree to first, third, and fifth standard visitation until the judge gives us a visit. That way you have something in writing. And I'll wait till the child support until the judge gives us the setting.
Okay, so we didn't have any visitation at all.
They had visitations, Judge, but nothing in writing. We can do
Well,
an
you gotta have it in
interim
writing.
order. We can do an interim order that they can do standard while we come and have the hearing for
Okay.
the child support and the extended.
All right. Let's do the standard and then let's do India Magat and the hair follicle test.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
And in the order, we're gonna do the temporary orders within 30 days.
yes, Your Honor, I'll put that.
I'm sorry? Yeah, leave it blank. We'll put a date in there.
Okay,
All right. Have a great day, guys. Thank you very
thank
much.
you, Your Honor, you too.
Goodbye.
Thank you, Roby.
That it? Right now? That it for right now?